Coverage of Clay Center Tiger Wrestling on KCLY is brought to you in part by Citizens National Bank of Clay Center, Greenleaf, Concordia, and Belleville, Robbins Motors, Advanced Electric, Wilbur Ellis, Clay County Medical Center, Ray's Apple Market, Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack, Oldie Seed Farms, and United Bank and Trust.
And a good afternoon from Smoky Valley High School. Rocky Downing along with Benny Wallace. Our studio engineer right now is Phil Flip Casper as the Clay Center Tigers getting set to work on a Friday afternoon. A lot of people wondered how they would get this done. Well, the teams have been here since early. The media has been here since early, Benny. We made sure to get a chance to get down to the roadways. Certainly were ice-packed. If you took it slow, though, was not a terrible drive to get here to Smoky Valley High School. The Clay Center Tigers about to take the mat. We'll get started at 106 pounds. Red Coppice, who has been ranked number one, has been out for quite some time. Wanted to come back at Concordia. Coach said, no, let's wait and get you as solid and healed as we can before the regionals. And so 26-2 junior Red Coppice, he'll open up against a freshman out of Wamego in Trayton Hartwich. And Benny, as always, appreciate you being along for the ride for the postseason as we cover the Clay Center Tigers.
It was a fun ride here, snow-packed a little bit, but we made it, and all the teams seemed to show up on time, so we're ready to go.
I know the Tigers left early this morning so that they could beat the storm, and knowing that that was likely to be coming, and so they're going to be on schedule. They're running two mats here at the Smoky Valley High School. They did just say they're about ready to wrestle, probably getting some bout sheets and things in order before they do get underway. But Red Coppice will be the very first match listed. The Tigers have 9 wrestlers going in this opening round. Coppice goes at 106. Garrett Calavoda will wrestle at 113. Parker Tholstrup, Reed Knitter both have buys at 126 and 138. Ethan Alquist will wrestle at 152. Sean Little has a buy at 160. Zach Bollinger wrestles at 195. Keegan McDonald a buy in the first round at 220. And then Logan McDonald will go at the heavyweight 285. Let's get a timeout. We'll come back and get you set for Red Coppice and the 4A Regional Championships here from Smoky Valley right after this. Back again in Smoky Valley, Rocky Downing, Benny Wallace, and studio engineer Phil Casper. We're underway. Actually, Red Coppice, they're not going to wrestle 106. They have such a limited number of wrestlers, just 8 in that weight class. So Garrett Calavoda is on the mat. He's got a good front headlock working on the outside right now at 113 pounds. He has Chapman's Aiden Rose, his opponent. Still in that front headlock, trying to circle around behind. Now shifts, little shuck by, still in position.
Kind of missed it. He kind of got caught up on it, but back to that front headlock. Now he reaches around for the leg, goes around behind, gets the 2 points.
2-0. Calavoda leads here early. So they jump to the 113-pound weight class because in 106 there are only 8 wrestlers, so they'll wait for the quarterfinal round, which would be the second round of the day.
Right now, Aiden comes to his feet, and Garrett takes him back to the mat, gets him back down, and starts riding hard behind. There's a going across to the far arm, trying to pick that up and get a Lundy in. Switches to the right side, comes back to the left. Pretty active here.
Yeah, Garrett's been after it from the beginning, getting the early takedown. A minute left in this first period. 2 freshmen battling. Calavoda is 19 and 16. Rose from Chapman 5 and 13.
Rose tried to come to his feet there, and then Garrett got him back down to the mat pretty quick. Keeps trying to work on them arms, staying in good position in behind and staying in good control. Working on the edge of the mat, but still in bounds by a few feet.
Chopped the arm down. Now looking to get a ball and chain. Now goes away from it. Still in good position behind. Rose trying to scoot off the mat. Calavoda trying to keep him on the mat with a 2-0 lead and 21 seconds to work. And he's ridden well throughout this first period.
He really has. He's done a good job staying behind, staying in good control. He needs to get a little something going in them arms, but he just hasn't been able to. So, which is fine as long as he stays in good position, rides him out for the rest of this period.
6 seconds remains. Down to 4. Calavoda leads 2-0. And that will end the first period. And Calavoda has the 2.
Hasn't given anything away yet. Trying to get out of there.
Keegan McDonald up 3-0. A minute 50 just getting underway in the third period. He's starting on top.
They'll lock hands again now on Ian Bottom. So now he's going to give the point back. So Zach ties the match 1-1. We're in the bottom. On bottom here in the third with a minute 30 left. Good position to be. We can get an escape. That'll be beneficial.
McDonald riding heavy right now with a minute and a half to go in the third period. He's up 3-0. Kralichek trying to get to his feet. McDonald keeping him down on the mat right now.
Zach Bollinger tripods up, and again, Ian hooks the legs in. pulls his arms out from underneath him and flattens him back on the mat. So Zach needs to get that base up and get out of there.
Keegan with a power half now goes away from it, out to the side right now. His opponent looks at the clock. She's 1:04 left. McDonald leads 3-0.
Ian Bottom kind of tries to roll him through, almost gets back points, but Zach doesn't allow it to happen. Zach back to his base, trying to get to that base and get out of there.
Keegan McDonald keeping his opponent down flat on the mat right now, riding very heavy, 44 to work, and McDonald leads 3-0.
Right now, Zach's trying to get out of there. He's coming out the backside, doesn't quite get there. He's really working hard to get that 1 point, 35 seconds left.
28 to work here. McDonald sees his opponent. Kralichek gets to his feet from Royal Valley. Now he cuts him loose with 22. He'll lead 3-1. Keegan McDonald to lead by 2. They both go down to the mat, circling in behind. Takedown for McDonald, and he goes up 5-1.
Bollinger still being ridden with the legs by Ian Bottom out of Rock Creek. He can't get them legs out. He's got to get that out so he can get up. 10 seconds left. Tie score 1-1.
Keegan McDonald's going to win it 5-1 and advance to the consolation semifinals. He is now 1 win away from reaching the state championships.
Almost gave up back points there, but Zach held off, so no points there on the back. So the regulation match ends up 1-1, so we're going into overtime. First takedown's going to win this thing. Zach's trying to work hard on the hands, heavy on the head. Keeps circling. Tries a little shot, it's not there. Backs back out, pushes the head. Tries a little fireman's, it's not there. A lot of pushing and shoving, hand-to-hand contact. 35 seconds remaining here in the first period of the overtime.
It's our first overtime match for the Tigers this weekend.
Zach trying to get an underhook. It wasn't there. Now he's got an overhook. Tries to pull the head down. Nothing there. Looks like he's going to work for a head and arm and see if he can get that in there, but it's not, so he backs out.
15 seconds left in overtime for Zach Bollinger. Down to 10.
Zach trying to get an underhook, but Ian Bottom, he gets the underhook, then they break away. 3, 2, 1. There's the end of the first period of overtime.
So double OT coming up. Coin toss important here. And it's Zach's choice. He'll take down.
He couldn't get away from him the entire third period. He's got 30 seconds.
Try to keep the legs from locking in, right?
Legs getting in. He's got to pull that elbow back. Caution on the top wrestler. He came on too soon and put too much weight on him, so they cautioned him. Now he takes it. Now he tripods up. The legs come in. Officially dangerous, and we're going to go back to the mat.
So Zach Bollinger in double overtime right now, trying to advance to the consolation semis. Almost got to his feet.
Locked hands. He's going to get a point here. Now get that away. Let's get away.
Trying to peel the hand.
He's keeping his base. Don't go to the out of bounds. Stay in.
Circle back. Now a warning for stalling on his opponent. 11 seconds left in the second overtime. He does lead now 2-1, Benny.
Now they're getting a little bit of attitude going on. They're kind of getting mad at each other.
Jack was down on the mat ready to rock, and the official says, wait, we've got a conversation with the opponent's coach.
Coach is questioning the lock hands, and it was early in that transition that it was called. He just let it keep going because he had an opportunity for the escape, and he was wondering when it happened. And I think he just missed that it happened early in that transaction.
Fun to see a former Clay Center Tiger on the seat over there, and assistant coach Grady Ware for the Rock Creek Mustangs. Zach Bollinger leads 2-1 in double overtime.
To his feet, he's feeling the hands off the top. He's trying to get away.
Close. 2 seconds.
On foot, he gets pushed out. No, he doesn't take him out.
Tigers wanting a stall. Didn't get it.
Didn't get it.
Now they'll head back to center. And Rock Creek will choose down, and emphatically his coach saying, you've got to have this point.
Zach did a great job at the end of the second period of riding.
Oh, he gets really high, then gets back in behind.
He's going like heck, and Zach's following him. He goes all the way out of bounds. Oh, he gives him reds up still. No warning there. 24 seconds left.
He can ride out the last 24 seconds. Zach Bollinger will advance to the consolation semis. Now a kick out.
He gets a little flicker switch, and he switches him.
And the reversal.
2-point reversal. He's got to get away now to tie it back up. There's locked hands again. That'll tie it up.
He can peel the hands away here. 10 seconds left.
Peel. Get out of there.
5 seconds.
5. There, get away. Oh, he called him out of bounds. One for the locked hands.
We're tied at 3, right? Wow.
Tied at 3. Thought we had the escape, but he called us out of bounds. 3 seconds left.
And now it's 4-3.
No, it's tied. Oh, he gave him the one up. He gave him the one up.
So he did get the escape on the edge.
Gave him the point and the escape, so we're up.
Now they've got it 5-3.
Well, it's 4-3.
2 seconds, 1 second, and Zach Bollinger is going to win it. The freshman gets it done.
I think he looked at the official and goes, "Did I win?"
I think that's exactly what he did. With a big smile on his face for Zach. Well done by the freshman. And so the Tigers advance both Keegan McDonald and Zach Bollinger into the consolation semifinals. Great stuff.
Great job.
Here at the 4A Regional Championships. So next up will be the consolation semifinal. Let's give you a look at who's coming up in that round. We'll have a bunch of them. Garrett Calavoda at 113. Reed Knitter at 138, Keegan McDonald at 220, and Logan McDonald and Zach Bollinger at 195. Keegan McDonald 220, and Logan McDonald at the heavyweight. So we have 5 wrestlers in this next round. All 7 that started today are still alive. We'll bring you back when we're ready to go. It'll be Garrett Calavoda up next, the consolation semifinal round on the way here from Smoky Valley. Welcome back. Good morning from Smoky Valley High School for a regional championships. We have Garrett Calavoda on the mat right now at 113 pounds. This is for a trip to the state championships this round, the consolation semifinals. He has Elise Rose of Marysville as opponent here on this Saturday morning.
Garrett starts in that front headlock position. He's got the left hand under. Now he comes over the top, reaches back, gets the leg, kind of working his way around. They're close to the edge of the mat, probably about 2 feet. Now he reaches across for the far ankle, gets the 2-point takedown.
So a quick lead in this 1-minute first period, 26 to work. Garrett Calavoda trying to chop the arm down. Now they spin outside the circle, and back to center they come. Calavoda leads 2-0.
Let's hope he learned something from right there, because she kind of gave up maybe one of her best moves on the bottom as they were going out of bounds. I don't know if he would have stopped that.
Yeah, lucky that they were on the edge and did go out.
He elects to go neutral, so they go back to their feet. He gives up the 1 point and is leading 2-1 here. 15 seconds left in this short first period.
2-1 lead. Now you
got an outside leg single, picks it up, dumps her down, gets the 2-point takedown.
4-1 now. Calavoda leading. 5 seconds to ride out this period.
Coaches are yelling, bear down, bear down. There's the end of the first.
So a 4-1 lead through the first 1 minute for Garrett Calavoda.
We can tell right now where he needs to be. He needs to be on his feet, and that's what he wins the toss and says, all right, let's just stay on our feet. So leading 4-1, starting the second period, they're upright on their feet.
He was able to get 2 takedowns in that first 1 minute period. Now he goes lower level on his knees, back up. Hand fighting, forehead to forehead with Elise Rose of Marysville for Garrett Calavoda. There's the outside single leg. In good position again.
Stays low, just crawls around on his knees. Now he's got to reverse the hands. He can't get that arm out quite yet. Now he's got it. Comes back to his feet, trips the far leg. He's going to limp arm through here if he can get that arm out. Pulls that arm through.
Almost sucked her back to the ground.
Comes around and then good scramble, but no points out of it. And gets right now back to the middle. Got the single leg. Lifts it. Covers the waist. Gets to 2 points. Would have maybe got back points, but they're out of bounds.
6-1. Oh, they're going to let him
keep going, but he's not going to get back points because her back is completely out of the circle, but half of the body on both of them are still in.
1 minute left, second period. 6-1 now. Calavoda with the lead at 113 pounds.
Hard to see anything from this angle, but he's just staying heavy on the hips and heavy on the top. They're still half out, both of them. But their backsides are still all inside the circle, so he's letting them wrestle.
Down to 40 seconds, second period. right on the edge.
Fine with us, leading 6-1. We'll take as many seconds off the clock as we can.
They do whistle it outside the circle now and bring him back to center. 6-1, Garrett Calavoda leading. He's going to give the escape again and go back on their feet. Back underway.
6-2 now, 34 seconds here in the second period leading. Calavoda's been under control and really doing well on his feet.
Rose gets a front headlock on Calavoda, but he goes into a double leg.
The wrap the waist comes up, misses the half. It kind of disappears quick on him. She bellies down, and he's got the 2 more points on the takedown.
8-2 with 10 seconds remaining here in this second period. Calavoda in control, leading by 6.
Garrett trying to ride now for a while. He's got heavy hips on her, and he's got bearing down, and there's the end of the second period.
8-2, Calavoda will lead going into the final 2 minutes. This for a trip to the state championships and a chance at a 3rd and 4th place match later on in the next round. Now the Marysville head coach is wanting to verify the scoring, I think.
Question on the scoring. He's wanting to know if they should have 3. Let's see, he's given her twice. He came back and
I think that may, well, with 3.
6. Yes, that should be 3. 8-3. With the escapes.
Both coaches over talking it over, and
the only way it could be 8-3. We've got no back points. We've letting her away 3 times, haven't we?
Well, I would think so. With the, they're keeping it at 8-2, so good for the Tigers. Calavoda back underway. He's on the down position now.
Whistle starts. She grabs an ankle. He's tried an inside switch. It wasn't there. He's still riding him pretty hard. He keeps trying to come up. He's trying to work that leg in the way it looks. She's staying heavy on him. This is where he knew he didn't want to be, is on the bottom. And she's really bearing down hard on him, trying to keep them hips down, trying to get arm control. Garrett doing a good job of keeping them elbows in. Right now she's got the left. Garrett kind of comes to his feet. He's trying to feel hands. She's driving him towards the out-of-bounds line.
Trying to circle back in.
Got him out.
1:21 to go in the match. Garrett Calavoda leads at 8-2 right now.
Came to his feet. He was trying to kind of cut back to center, and she just kept kind of driving him towards the out-of-bounds. So go back to center. She crawls on the left side. He tries an inside stand-up. She grabs the outside ankle and takes him back to the mat.
1:15 to work. We're in this third period. Garrett Calavoda, the consolation semifinals. He leads it by 6. And now Rose trying to work on the outside. Calavoda is tied up pretty tight underneath.
Went hard on a cross face. Oh, he grabs the head and brings her right over the top. He's got a 2-point reversal. Now he's going to go in behind. Get in behind. Get your arm back.
48 to work. He leads by 8.
His arm was over her head, so he said, okay, I'll just grab this leg and maybe try a cradle out of this. He's got the head in the side, releases that, doesn't like it, goes in behind to cover.
10-2, Calavoda leading. 33 to work. Elise Rose of Marysville has been good from underneath, so we'll see if she has something in her bag of tricks here. But Calavoda in great control, leading by 8 out of 23 seconds.
Garrett kind of got into a little spiral there and stayed heavy and kind of twisted and spun her down to the mat. Broke her back down again. Now he's staying heavy on the hips, and there he gets to the outside. He's working in and out, which he needs to do to keep active there. He's going for a half.
Down to 6 seconds.
Driving hard. She's really trying to fight this off, and he's not chest to chest. He's belly and does not get any back points, but good victory.
Headed to the state championships, the freshman Garrett Calavoda wins it 10-2 at 113 pounds. A good match for Garrett, and what a debut in your regional championships to know you're headed to Salina next weekend.
Very nice.
We'll take a timeout. We'll get you back to the studios actually right now. Reed Knitter will be next up at 138 pounds. When he's ready to go, we'll bring you back to Smoky Valley. Back once again at Smoky Valley High School, the Clay Center Tigers senior Reed Knitter taking on Jackson Randalls of Abilene. We are underway at 138, a trip to state on the line. As Randalls goes into a 2-on-1, now they break apart, just underway in this match at 138 pounds.
Jackson Randall came out really strong, grabbed them arms and went on that 2-on-1, and Reed just kind of fought that off. Now it's just fighting in the middle, a lot of hands fighting. There's another 2-on-1 by Jackson Randalls from Abilene. Reed fights it off again. He kind of going to do a lot of head banging. Now they collar ties. Randall pulls them out of bounds, and they go back to center.
Reed Knitter, senior for the Tigers. Two other seniors here. Unfortunately, Cam Osborne, Keegan Brownell did not get the chance to wrestle Cam, not at all this year, and Keegan very briefly before injuries knocked them out, but they have been with the team and certainly supporting their fellow senior right now, Reed Knitter.
We tried an arm drag there, wasn't there, came back out. Again, short period, only 10 seconds remaining here. First period, 0-0.
Down to 8, they circle near the edge.
Jackson has a 2-on-1 rushing again. He's got good head position on that to keep him from getting down there, but he gets the outside leg and time runs out. So fortunately for Reed, he didn't get taken down there.
Knitter took a shot, and Randalls was able to catch the leg as he kind of fell by, and time ran out before he could finish.
Jackson Randall wins the toss. He'll defer to the third period, so Reed takes the down position. Randall starts on the left side, goes right into a strap. Reed comes to his feet, peels the hands, and gets one escape.
So Knitter with the lead here, 1-0, just starting the second period. Now they go back to hand fighting, forehead to forehead.
Nice little head bang, try to pull the head forward. Reed's doing a good job of staying in really good position, keeping his hands out in front of him, elbows bent, knees bent. Keep on, they're both just fighting back and forth. They've tried some shucks, and a lot of hand ties, a lot of 2-on-1s, a lot of head banging. There's a shuck by from Abilene wrestler. He goes in behind. Oh, he gives him the 2. I think there might be an argument here. Mike Wallace, the backup official, saying, I don't know that that's correct. I don't think, but I think that he was out of bounds, and if he's good enough, he's going to change his mind and say no points. So he gives him the 2.
Now Coach Pigors wants his chance at a conversation. I think you're right that the outside official, the backup official, came in and I think wanted to change his mind, and the head official would not budge.
Jackson Randall did a nice shuck, but he actually landed completely out of bounds.
Right.
Reed kind of was responding and coming up, and then he calls him out, and then he gives him the 2 points.
So Reed Knitter will
call it all. Reed's getting down. He knows where he's at. He's down 2-0. Goes back to center.
He was able to get up quickly the first time. Now we've got a caution on the start. So they'll let the wrestlers kind of...
we had a whistle on Matt, too, I thought. And Reed was responding to it. And
they may be resetting the clock. Now the officials visiting again, and we're not real sure what they're talking about. Both coaches kind of lurking to get into the conversation. 2-1 right now. Reed Knitter does trail. It's in the second period.
Minute 21 remaining here in the second. Reed kind of pacing around, waiting. Now he goes back to he's in the bottom position, down 2-1.
Got away quickly on the escape earlier in this period. Now a tilt try by his opponent, Randalls.
Only got one flash on the back, so he hasn't given up anything yet. He's got a chicken wing in, and he's trying to really drive it and run Reed over. Reed's fighting it off pretty heavily. Gets the right leg way out there to keep him from turning him.
Down to a minute left in the second period. Still has a chicken wing, does Randalls, but Reed's kind of got in a better position right now.
He's got the arm back now, at least kind of toward more forward, so he can't give that up now. He's pulling it back in. He's trying to get through. He kicks out, trying to outside switch. It's not there. He keeps on moving, scrambling, goes for the inside leg. Now he
might get a reversal.
Got a reversal.
And he does. He leads 3-2 with 30 to work in the second period. Now he'll have a chance to ride.
Comes on top, leading 3-2. Heavy hip right now, covering him. He's going underneath the arms, both sides, trying to draw, getting one or get a hold of something and pull it in.
15 to work in the second period, trying to hold on to the lead, going to the final. Got a hat. No, he thought he had a half trying to. His strap working right now.
Hard to see from this side. It's pointing away from us. Now he goes to the other side, and he's got a spiral. He's trying to get that outside arm.
And he'll run the clock out and have a 3-2 lead. So Reed Knitter up 3-2, getting the reversal after a questionable takedown by Randalls. And now Randalls, of course, takes the down position to begin the final period, and now a caution again on the start, this time on Reed Knitter. I'm not sure if they kept the caution on the last one or not.
I'm not sure either. Reed starts on the right side. Slow whistle. So he's ready to go. Almost gets another caution, but right now Abilene Rascal Jackson scrambling, coming up to his feet. Reed brings him back to the mat.
1:45, we're in the final period. A 1-point Reed Knitter lead. We begin riding right now.
Reed's trying to hook that ankle with his leg, staying on heavy up on top. He's still long arm. Now he's strapping again. Jackson grabs his hand, pulls it off.
Trying to go to a half. Doesn't have that. Scramble spinning this time by Randalls.
Reed doing a good job just draping him, just staying heavy across him.
And as he circles, moving with him the whole time.
And he's going side to side, left to right. He tried the half on the right. It wasn't there. He went back to the left, tried it on that side. Now he's back on the right. Now he's going back to the left. A lot of action and movement, trying to scoop that leg again and pin it in.
1 minute left. Reed Knitter leads by 1. Final period.
Doing a good job riding. He's got to ride him hard more, 50 more seconds. Big tight waist. I mean, he's so long armed. He's on the other side. It comes all the way around and covers the rib cage.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a great description. Down to 40 seconds left. Now he flattens him out on the mat again.
He's staying heavy on him.
Now he's got the half. He's got the half on the side. There's a big Granby.
Spins around on a Granby. Reed's falling. He comes around the back, follows it all the way around like he should. State keeps that leg up. 23 seconds remaining, up 3-2.
20 seconds left, final period. Reed Knitter trying to ride it out with a 1-point lead.
There's going to be one more blast by the Abilene.
A reversal.
It's a reversal.
Knitter trails by 1 now.
Knitter comes to his feet. He's trying to peel the
8
hand.
seconds.
Abilene Wrestling
spins back inside.
To go out of bounds. He's not going to let it go out of bounds. Going to stay in, and Reed's going to lose 3-4.
What a match. Jackson Randalls, Jr. for Abilene, comes from behind in the closing seconds and unfortunately ends the weekend for Reed Knitter. Tough loss for the Tiger senior. Reed Knitter with a loss, 4-3. The Tigers have Garrett Calavota through this round. Reed Knitter, it's just tough to take, and you wanted him into the state championship so badly as a senior, and so close in the closing seconds to end up with a 1-point loss.
It gets to a point when you have to feel like, he was doing such a great job of riding, but if you feel like there's any danger, at all, you got to cut, and just now you're back to tied. But he got reversed. Happened pretty fast. Those 2 points we lost early in that match cost us in the end.
No kidding. Yeah, very questionable takedown on the edge in that second period. Reed Knitter with a 4-3 loss will end his weekend and a great high school Tiger wrestling career for the senior.
Dang.
We do still have Zach Bollinger at 195, Keegan McDonald at 220, and Logan McDonald at the heavyweight. Will be a ways out before they're ready to take the mat. We'll take you back to the studios and return with more live coverage from Smoky Valley in the 4A Regional Championships. Back once again at Smoky Valley High School 4A Regional Championships. Rocky Downing, Benny Wallace alongside Bernie Fancella, our studio engineer. Zach Bollinger going at 195 pounds, underway against Schwartz of Abilene, who had quickly taken down his Bollinger. He's going to give up 2 points and does belly down to keep from going to his back on that opening move.
Schwartz got an underhook, just kind of lifted it and then went across and took him right to the mat.
A senior at 5-7, Schwartz for
working a cradle now. He's got it locked up. He's pretty long and tall. Now we're kicking hard. Zach's trying to get out of there. Trying to kick it out, but not looking too good here.
And there is a pin by Schwartz, and Zach Bollinger will be a match shy of heading to the state champion. What a weekend, though. I mean, what a highlight for the freshman that last round to win in overtime. That was,
even
fantastic.
you and I were talking. I said, that was the funnest match we've called almost all weekend. It was just a exciting match all the way through. So
it really was. Keegan McDonald checking in right now, so we'll keep it right here as the Tigers get set to work at 220 pounds. We also have Logan McDonald. He's coming up at the heavyweight. We may have them both on the mat at the same time. Keegan McDonald checking in, about set to go at 220 pounds. He has Caleb Harms of Santa Fe Trail Coach Pigors telling us earlier that Keegan lost by 1 earlier this season to the Charger wrestler. We are underway.
Both wrestlers starting in the middle, head tie. Right now, Keegan's got a 2-on-1, but he's got to reroute his head. Arms kind of comes with an over-the-top front headlock, and Keegan backs away from it.
So both wrestlers, little hand fighting right in the middle, circling around now ear to ear.
Taylor Harm's got a really heavy head tie. Keegan does the same to oblige him, and they break away again. It's kind of back and forth, head to head, forehead to forehead, ear to ear. Right now, 2-on-1. Keegan tried to move it to the side and lowers elevation. Caleb Holmes got a front headlock. He's trying to milk it down. Keegan's trying to get out of that. Kind of keeps trying to stay on his feet, battling to get away from him. There he kind of spins all the way through, reverses it, comes around with a front headlock, can't pull him back. Caleb Holmes lifts and brings him to the mat. Time was out.
Did they count it? They did. So they said the takedown happened before the buzzer. It was bang, bang, and it's 2-0. Keegan McDonald does trail starting the second period. Santa Fe wrestler had the choice. He defers, and Keegan will take the down position.
Keegan will start down. Caleb Holmes starts on the right side. Keegan tries an inside stand-up. Holmes blocks it right away. Holmes already has a Lundy on him. He's trying to kind of tilt him with it. Keegan fights that off. Belly's back down. Holmes is a little bit taller than Keegan, but not much. There, Keegan comes to his feet, feels the hands, gets an escape.
2-1. McDonald down by 1. 1:38. A trip to state on the line in this round. Also, Logan McDonald to wrestle in this round when his mat opens up. Both wrestlers forehead to forehead. 1:28 to go, second period. Keegan down 2-1.
Keegan tries the 2-on-1 Russian. Nothing there. Caleb Holmes from Santa Fe Trails gets rid of the hand, and they keep fighting in the middle.
Down to 1:10 to work.
Last time Caleb Holmes had his life. Here Keegan has a front headlock, head and arm. He's off to the side. Caleb Holmes is just strong.
He goes the other direction.
Now he's got to pull it through.
The head.
He's not giving it up yet, but there he did.
So 4-1. McDonald will trail here with 52 to work in the second period.
It's a dangerous move for Keegan. As soon as he couldn't get the head and arm, he should have maybe tried to back out, but he didn't, and Holmes just kind of shucked him by and took him down to the mat.
Holmes now riding tries to tilt. Keegan trying to roll through it and is caught there and may have given up a couple of points. He will lose 2 back points, down 6-1 with 30 to go, second period.
Keegan on the edge of the mat. Looks like they're close to being out of bounds. Holmes bumps him to get him back on the mat. Keegan comes to his feet. He lifts and brings him back to the mat. Now they're out of bounds.
15 seconds or 16 on the clock in the second period. And Keegan McDonald with some work ahead of him. He is down 6-1. And these two battled earlier this year. It was a 1-point loss for Keegan, so he knows what he's up against.
Some top wrestler. He came in, and I don't know if he didn't have his hand where he wanted it. He didn't. So they're going to caution him and ask Keegan if he's ready, and he is. He crawls on. Keegan comes with an outside stand-up. Not there. He gets the tilt again. He just rolls him right across him. Keegan trying to get across.
Reaches back with the head.
Back, coming around, gets the 2-point reversal.
He's within 3 now, 6-3, and that was with 5 seconds left. He hits the reversal, 8-3, I should say, after the back points. So he'll trail by 5 going to the final period.
And he almost on that reversal caught that arm and got him to where he would have been able to take him straight to his back. But Caleb Holmes smartly moves the arm down away and gives up that opportunity of Keegan.
Keegan's opponent from Santa Fe Trail, a senior, 24 wins on the year. McDonald's going to work from top to begin this final period, trailing by 5. Just underway in the third.
Caleb Holmes sets out. Keegan kind of tries to pull him back. It's not there. He follows him around. He's still behind. He's riding tough right here.
1:40 left in the match. Keegan McDonald trailing 8-3. Consolation semifinals. You win and you wrestle once again today and head to state next weekend. And now Keegan almost caught, and he is on his back.
Couldn't get away. There's
what
trying to come across, and they can't quite do it. Caleb Harms is just a strong individual.
And he takes the pin on Keegan McDonald to end his weekend. Now we'll find where Logan McDonald's at, because he should be coming up very, very soon. Maybe
He's going to be a force in the future.
I agree.
He's going to keep growing, and
learning.
Just like right there, he almost had enough strength to make a heck of a move.
And you just talked about how strong Harms was.
And if he wouldn't have been, he would have had him reversed right there.
So one more to wrestle this round. It'll be Logan McDonald. Let's get a timeout. We'll bring you right back here to Smoky Valley High School. Well, Logan McDonald set to go in his matchup against Jacob Doolittle, a rematch from the first day yesterday, first round for Logan. He pinned Doolittle of Chapman in that matchup. So they'll go at it again for a trip to the state championships. Really close to finishing out this match before Logan's mat opens up. Let's take another timeout, and we'll bring you back with Logan McDonald in the consolation semifinals. Logan McDonald on the mat at the heavyweight, a chance to go to state here for the junior. He's matched up with Jacob Doolittle of Chapman. He pinned him in the first round yesterday afternoon. He's got a single leg in, takes him right to his back.
Oh, great job. Stay heavy there.
Doolittle trying to spit out of there.
Got a strap across him. He's trying to get enough on him that he can pull that arm back.
Now he's got the arm back.
There it is, right there.
They're looking hard.
Oh, my.
Now he tightens it back up again.
There it is.
There's the Tiger pin, and Logan McDonald headed to the state championships with a win by a fall here in this consolation semifinals, and that was 40 seconds in, and he had it done.
That was a nice job. He got that inside leg, pulled it up, took him straight to his back, and then took advantage of that.
And a point to the crowd after getting the win and knowing he's headed to Salina next weekend. So the Tigers have four wrestling in the next round, 4 going to state. We have Rhett Coppice, Parker Tholstrup, who will wrestle for the regional championship coming up. And then on the consolation finals, we have Garrett Calavoda at 113, and then we'll have Logan McDonald in the heavyweight wrestling for a consolation final as well in this next round. Again, they'll wrestle the consolation finals and championship finals at the same time. They are going to take a break. I did not hear the amount of time they will take. Let's get a 60-second timeout. We'll get you set on the scheduling and bring you back here to Smoky Valley. Back once again, we bring you a Smoky Valley wrestler is in an overtime match right now. There was a long discussion before they get back into action, so you could probably hear the home fans here behind us trying to root them on. So we're waiting for an announcement on when they will start that final round for the consolation and championship finals. And we're waiting to hit that announcement once this goes to a close. Let's go ahead and take another timeout. We will have that announcement coming up after these. Back again at Smoky Valley, we do have an announcement now that the finals round, the consolation finals and championships, will be starting at 1:25. So about a 30-minute break before they'll clear them. They'll have the mats cleared, and we'll get started at that time. And we'll bring it to you. We'll have Rhett Coppice going right at 106. We'll have Garrett Calavoda going at 113. We'll have Parker Tholstrup going at 126, and Logan McDonald at the heavyweight. Those 4 headed to the state championships.
It's been a pretty decent day, really. You know, we knew it was going to be a tough one coming in. There's several of them that had opponents that were seniors, a lot older, and a lot more has a lot more mat time, and it really came out pretty decent.
Reed Knitter, of course, the last-second loss, the questionable takedown, and unfortunately, he takes a 1-point loss there late for the senior, but what a career he's had with the Tigers.
Yeah, he's the only one that we really were thinking that we were going to get through there, and had a good match going, and it just that's how quick it can happen in this sport. And
right.
You just got to be on your game the entire time, and he knew early in the match that had happened and knew what he had to do to get it back, and was really in pretty good position, and just gave up a reversal just right there at the end.
So the Tigers have 4 headed to the state championships. That means 4 more to wrestle still today. That is Rhett Coppice at 106, Garrett Calavoda at 113, Parker Tholstrup at 126, and then the heavyweight Logan McDonald will be the last match of the day here in the final round. Stay with us. We'll bring you back when they're set to go, and that'll be right at 1:25 when the finals round will get started here on KCLY. And the finals round is now here. The national anthem just performed, and now we get a chance to see Rhett Coppice wrestle for the first time today. This is for a chance to be a regional champion. He knows he's headed to the state tournament again next year. Red Compass Jr. at 106. We are underway. The championship, the 4A regionals.
Rhett comes out hard with heavy hands. Tries to pull him on front. He's not quite trying to get a headlock. He's trying to come around the side. They're working their way out to the edge.
Rhett circles back in, and now they are outside the circle, and back to middle they'll go.
Back to center they go. The whistle start. Holton wrestler takes a shot. Rhett breaks that off, comes across far side leg, gets the 2 point. No, it's 2 points against him. He's got a little fist on him. So he's down 2-0. He's reached back. He couldn't get that arm out. He looked like he was in good position. Now it's coming around. Got the leg. It's not quite there. On lifting, coming out the backside. Won't quite get there.
Rhett matched up with Jake Barnes of Holton, a sophomore at 34-6.
Kind of liking the position he's trying to get into. He's getting close. Got the arm through. Now he's kind of coming around the back.
Very patient with his move here, down to 57 to go.
Imagine both men head opposite of each other. Now Rhett's working back around. Zach Barnes has Rhett's leg, but Rhett's trying to get it back. I'm surprised they haven't called potentially dangerous on this, but
power half here. He
got the leg in a bad position.
The Rhett's leg is really bowed underneath. That's the only thing the Holton wrestler has a hold of right now.
Holding it tight, and he's even got the toe, which is usually a no-no.
And now they will call a stalemate. So down to 29 seconds left in the first period, and Red Compass trailing 2-0. He's pinned his way to this point here in the regional championship.
He hasn't spent about a minute and a half on the mat before now. Right now, Jake Barnes starts on the right side. Rhett comes to his feet, grabs the hands. He's trying to peel. Can't quite get away. Goes back to the mat. He's trying to hit a switch down there. Jake Barnes keeps growing to the legs and just hanging on to them legs. Rhett trying to hit that switch, and it's not there. Time down to 10 seconds.
Down 2-0. Now Rhett kind of bellies down and gets his base back, and we're down to 1 second, and that'll end the first period, and Compass will trail 1-0.
Kind of a cheap takedown. I mean, Rhett was really in good position, and Jake Barnes just kind of hooked that leg and got that little fits, and they gave him two, and then he couldn't battle out of that. So Rhett starts on the bottom here to start the second period. Takes position. Jake Barnes from Holton starts on the right side. Whistle start. Rhett comes to his feet. Jake Barnes hooks a leg, pulls him back to the mat.
Barnes very strong. He's been able to hold Rhett in check thus far.
He tries to get the legs in. Rhett tries to get that arm under the leg. Barnes trying to do a power half on him. Rhett reaches back, grabs Jake Barnes' leg so he can't pull that any further than he does right now.
106-pound regional championship match. Red Compass with a minute 27 to go, second period, trailing 2-0.
Jake Barnes has got the legs hooked in right now, and he's just kind of pounding on Rhett. And Rhett's trying to do all he can to keep from getting the power half put on him and get himself turned so he's staying in good position.
Barnes has the legs locked in so tight, Rhett really unable to do much of anything.
Now he's getting a little high. Rhett reaches for the head, trying to pull him down. He's got his legs tripoded up. He's got to be able to reach the head with the other hand. He's trying hard, almost like a full Nelson against him, but the other arm's not there. Rhett's trying to shake and shake. He's got his legs up, trying to come out that backside.
45 to work in decent position, but Barnes continue, and now they call a stalemate.
A legger like him is hard to get away from, and Rhett's got 43 more seconds. He's down 2 points. Goes back to the middle. Gets in his down position.
Officials asking him to get the wrap on his left arm stretched out.
This time Jake Barnes starts on the opposite side, on the right side. And right now, Rhett does an outside switch. Thought he was about to have it, and he spins around, and Jake Barnes, what's he do? Hooks the legs in.
Exactly. Yeah, Rhett, I thought, had that switch.
He literally just has one leg in, and then he locks it with his other leg from the outside, and that's the way he's ridden him the whole entire match.
and leads on Pappas 2-0, 18 to work, second period.
And Rich keeps trying to go get his elevation up, get his hips up, and he's trying to reach around and grab his head. He can do that on the right side. There's only 5 seconds left. He can get a reversal
trying to push
here.
him to draw, and he rolls through with him, though. Barnes rolls through. Fred almost got him turned to his back, but Barnes just followed him on a cross. So we go to the final 2 minutes.
I say we start on our feet, but we'll see what happens. I guess it's not our choice. Jake Barnes had won and deferred, so that's why we took bottom.
So Barnes will be on the bottom to begin the final period. Pappas down 2-0.
Brett's going to need to turn him. He's got to stop him first move, which he does. Tries to get that Lundy arm broke in. Brett's staying knee in the hole. Trying to get that arm up. I think nope, not quite.
Barnes keeping the elbows in as tight as he can.
Brett tries to strap. It's not there. Barnes controlling Rhett's right wrist. Now he lets go of it. Just bases out. Rhett, he's got a spiral with a strap on, actually. Trying to get him broke down to the mat a little bit so he could go to work on him.
Barnes still with his hips very high right now, working from underneath. Pappas down 2-0, a minute 21 to go. Trying to get a half slipped in, not there.
Pretty soon it's hard to ride somebody that rides so well like Barnes does. Barnes is going to try and get a Granby set up. You can tell he just keeps trying to get there to the outside. He controls Rhett's right wrist, and he's trying to reach back to the other leg. Right now, Rhett's pretty high on him. He got a Fitz leg in. He's got a little Fitz on.
55 seconds left in the match. Pappas trails 2-0.
Pappas keeps that leg in. He's got to extend him.
Potentially dangerous, so they'll stop action. Brad gets a chance to look at the clock, and Coach Begor suggesting they go neutral and give him a point, and they'll go back on their feet.
Going to have to work hard. He's going to have 2 takedowns here in the last 50 seconds.
Or a takedown and back points. He gets the front headlock. Now gives it up.
Milked it a little bit. Now he's got an underhook. Now he goes back to the front headlock. He's trying to milk it down. He's trying to get around to that outside. Tries to shuck by. Missed him.
And ends up giving a takedown away.
Barely missed it. He shucked by, and then he just missed him and fell to the mat, and Zach Barnes took advantage of it and just came in on top of him.
And immediately locks the legs in with 20 seconds to work, and Pappas down 5-0.
Brett did a good job and just shucked him by, but he shucked so hard that his momentum took him to the mat. Well, then, so he fell to the mat, and Jake just jumped on top and then got that 2-point takedown.
Down to 5 seconds left, and Barnes able to stay in position, and Brett Pappas will be a regional runner-up here at the 4A Regionals at Smoky Valley. And we will take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back. Garrett Calavoto will be set to go at 113. 113-pound weight class, and now we go to the consolation finals, Matt. They are wrestling both the consolation and championship finals at the same time to try to get ahead of the weather that is predicted to be really north of Smoky Valley, but a lot of the teams heading in that direction. Garrett Calavoto goes at 113. He has Stephen Baldwin, his opponent, 35-5, a junior. First thing we note is Calavoto is going to give up some length to his opponent, Baldwin.
A lot of length, I would say, and right now, so far, Garrett's had a great tournament, I think. He's wrestled really extremely well, so let's see what he can do here. He's trying to keep away, and all of a sudden, Stephen Baldwin reaches in.
Point takedown.
Gosh, I bet he's got 6 inches of length on him.
I agree. And that is tough for Calavoto to deal against. Baldwin out of Russell. Calavoto knows he's headed to the state championships, working on seating position right now for next weekend. Down 2-0, 16 to work in this first 1-minute period.
Baldwin's one of them kids that looks like he's cut, I'll bet, 15 to 20 pounds easy, because he's really tall. He's long and lanky. He still looks like he has strength, but he's really, really tall.
Now he's nearly gotten Calavoto turned over. 3 seconds left, though. He's getting some back points against Garrett.
Garrett's bridging hard to kind of keep from getting any further down on the mat, and he gets out of that period.
He'll trail 5-0 going into period number 2, and
need to find a good place for Garrett to be right now. He's going to take the top. He's going to stay up on their feet. Neutral.
Baldwin defers, and so they go neutral. Garrett trying to go low. Baldwin tap in there by Baldwin, but he can hold him a long ways away.
Garrett's literally like on the center circle on one side. Baldwin's on the other, can still reach him. That's how long he is. Garrett trying to get his front headlock in there, and it's not quite there. He reaches for a leg. Baldwin's like, nope, I can set him back here about 6 feet, and he can't touch him.
Now they split apart. Minute 30 to go, second period. Garrett Calavoda trailing 5-0. Shot in by Baldwin. Blocked by Calavoda, but now lifting up. Baldwin able to take Garrett down for a 2-point and trying to get him to his back now.
Baldwin kind of got his leg in the middle, so Garrett couldn't belly down. He couldn't switch it all the way to the bottom, and so he's going to give up some more back points here. Arching heavy with the head, trying to keep good position here so he doesn't get any flatter. Baldwin content to being where he's at, just kind of slowly reaching back, grabbing the leg, trying to get any kind of a advantage that he can. Garrett's really working hard to try and stay off of from getting pinned.
And again, the length of his opponent, we've talked about it a lot, but Baldwin is just using it big time to his advantage, and Garrett battling with everything he has, but down 7-0. Still trying to stay off his back with 30 seconds to work.
It's really kind of, when you see them standing side by side, there's just so much difference in the two.
You'd almost think they're in the wrong weight class. One of the two's checked in at the wrong table, but it's not the case.
Garrett gets away from that, and he's back to his base, and then Baldwin breaks him back down. 8 seconds remaining here. We're down 10-0.
Nearing the end of the second period, and that's where the period will end, 10-0. And it will be Baldwin's choice to start the final period.
Good battle for Garrett Calavoda. I mean, he just jumps up and runs back to center and says, let's keep going. You just never know. He's going to have to catch him somewhere along the line, and so Garrett's going to start the third period down 10-0 on the bottom. Stephen Baldwin gets on top, starts on the left side, tight waist, pulls hard, gets him broke down. So Garrett's now flat on the mat. Stephen Baldwin trying to get a ball and chain that's not there, just comes back up.
Minute 45 to go in the match. Calavoda trailing here, 10-0.
Reaches back now. He's got the ball and chain locked up. Garrett doing a good job of blocking him from getting a crowbar on it. Kind of gets to the edge of the mat. Stephen Baldwin just kind of keeps on working them long arms and long legs.
Minute 23 to work. We still have Parker Tholstrup coming up at 126 for a regional championship, and Logan McDonald at the heavyweight for a third and fourth place match.
Right now, Baldwin's got a 2-on-1. He's just got a Lundy hooked up, got both hands, and he just kind of keeps going side to side, working back and forth, and trying to stay in control with a minute left here in the third.
Calavoda to his feet near the edge, broke back down and ridden out of bounds with the 57 on the third period clock. Well, I love the attitude of Garrett Calavoda. Marches right back to center and ready to go back to business. He'll be in that down position again, trailing 10-0 here in the final period.
I really do got to love that because this kid's dominating Garrett, unfortunately. And it's just his size and a little bit of the age, too. But Garrett's doing a good job of going, let's go, let's keep going. But he just hasn't had an opportunity to make anything really happen yet. Baldwin's just so long and lanky, he's been all over him.
And is a junior at 35-5 coming into this match. So Garrett almost to his feet, but the heel pick takes him back down to the mat with 29 to work.
He's one of them kids you wanted to know what happened that he didn't get it into the finals, really. And must have something happened there. But Garrett doing a good job trying to stay solid and not get turned again. Baldwin just got a Lundy in. He's just kind of biding his time. 8 seconds left, and they go out of bounds.
He lost to Jordan Anguish of Concordia, actually, in the semifinal match. Baldwin did. 6 seconds left in the match.
Garrett goes down to the bottom. Baldwin starts on the top and gets whistled for a caution. Now he goes to the left side. Whistle start. Garrett tries an outside switch. reaching for the leg, got the arm tied.
Love the fight of Garrett Calavoto. Take that all day long. He comes up with a loss, 10-0.
Good weekend, though, for Garrett. Good weekend.
Freshman qualifies for the state championships. 4th place here at the regional championships from Smoky Valley. Let's take you back again to the studio. We'll have a weight class to wrestle before we get to Parker Tholstrup, who has a 4A regional championship match coming up at 126 pounds. So we'll take you back to programming. Return here when Parker's set to go. 126-pound championship match here in the 4A regionals for Parker Tholstrup. He's underway against Ethan Crownover of Marysville, a senior at 32-8. Tholstrup got some underhooks in there early.
On the side of the mat, he dug in them underhooks and kind of keeping with them, trying to get something going. There's a fireman's by Ethan, and he gets the takedown against Parker.
So Tholstrup will fall behind 2-0 to start here. The championship at 126.
Parker had double underhooks, and then when Ethan got one of them away from him, he went right into a fireman's and pulled it down, and Parker couldn't quite get it stopped.
They got another legger. He's got him locked in on Tholstrup right now, trying to stretch him out up top while he keeps those legs in tight. Crownover again, 32-8, a senior for the Bulldogs of Marysville.
Crownover just keeping that leg and trying to keep him from his waist is twisted. There he kind of finally gets that leg back and bellies down, and so he got his hips back.
Trying to dig a chicken wing in, and he may have it on the opposite edge to bar the arm across the back. And we have a stalemate called with 41 seconds remaining.
We will take it.
Absolutely.
He just got the barred arm and was driving it across to the other side, and he calls a stalemate, which we'll take.
Bulldog
go back
coach
to center.
Is not happy.
No, he is not.
And we understand.
As well as he should be.
Yeah. But a break for Parker, so see if he can take advantage of it. We're back underway.
Whistle start. He goes to an outside switch. Isn't quite there. Belly's back down.
32 seconds left first period. Tholstrup trailing 2-0.
Parker really having a hard getting his hips up, and now he finally gets them up. He's going to try and kick that leg out that's been pinched in.
Now to his feet.
He's peeling hands, staying in a good position. There he tries to he almost gets tilt coming back to the mat because Ethan Crownover had Lundy on him and about tilted him, and Parker bellies back down.
5 seconds left first period. And they scoot near the edge of the mat and up the buzzer will sound, and Parker is down 2-0 to Crownover.
And Crownover has blood.
So a blood timeout, or will give us a chance to take a break. We'll come back. Parker Tholstrup wrestling for a 4A regional championship when we return. Blood timeout here. They are still working on the mats, and
Coach Brownell just really getting in Parker's ear. I think he wants a little more action out of him, and it's really tough because Ethan Crownover's been tying up that leg, and he's just kind of trying to pump him up a little bit and get him going.
So he trails 2-0, just about to start the second period. It is Parker's choice. He will defer, and Crownover takes down. It was Crownover that has the bloody nose. They put a stop on that and plug in his nose, so we're back underway. And a caution on the start.
Well, he moved on the whistle, but then the second whistle stopped it. So he's going to start back on the right side again.
The caution was on Marysville.
Yep.
Now we're back underway. So Tholstrup riding here, down 2-0, just underway in the second period.
There's a little flicker by Ethan switch, and he got it.
A half.
Went right into a half. He hasn't given up any backs yet.
Tholstrup does roll through to the edge of the mat, but he's trailing 4-0 now and working from underneath again.
He's very close to giving up a couple of back points there, and he finally got all the way around and got bellied down. They're on the edge of the mat, and he's got that leg hooked up, and right now Parker having a hard time getting his base.
Minute 25 to work here in the second period. For a regional championship on the line. Parker knows he's headed back to state for the second straight year.
Hard to get a base when the guy hooks your leg and figure fours it in tight and then just starts being heavy up high. And Parker's got to get that leg back or he's going to have a really hard time getting anything done. There he kicks it out and they go out of bounds.
So he'll get a chance for a whistle start back in the middle again. Crownover of Marysville leads at 4-0 on Parker Tholstrup.
Parker goes out to the middle. Ethan Crownover starts on the left side, goes right to an ankle pick.
And has him flattened out on the mat again.
Those legs up and figure fours it.
Very similar to Rhett Coppas's match in the fact that he fell behind and then just couldn't do much with those legs locked in against him.
Let's go. The figure four on the leg. Now Parker comes up and tripods up. Oh, now what's
blood
going
again.
On? Blood.
More blood from Crownover's nose, so they'll have to take a look there. Give you an idea of what's coming here on KCLY. We do have K-State Wildcat basketball. That pregame should get started here at 2, so we'll be joining it in progress in just moments from right now. We'll keep it right here because we'll stay live until we cross over to the pregame. And then Logan McDonald still to come at the heavyweight. We will break back into the game at that time and bring you that match live. K-State hosting Iowa State with the tip-off at 3 p.m., and likely will be close to that when we get to Logan's match or somewhere in that ballpark anyway. So that gives you an idea of the afternoon schedule. Here we have Parker Tholstrup against Ethan Crownover of Marysville, and Parker's down 4-0 in the second period. We're getting late in the second period. They've cleaned up that nosebleed of Crownover and about ready to go again.
This will start. Parker tries to come up with an outside stand-up. Ethan pulls him right back down. Parker tripods up. Ethan pulls him back down to the mat. Every time Parker even gets a little bit of a start up, then Crownover does a pretty darn decent job of pulling him right back down, and Parker's broke down flat again.
Under 20 to go, second period. Tholstrup trailing here against Crownover of Marysville 4-0. Down to 13 seconds. Still his forehead down to the mat, trying to bridge up, but just unable to make much progress against Crownover. Down to 5. Now trying to scramble into the final seconds, and Crownover able to flatten him back out, and Parker will trail 4-0 going to this final period.
Not a big fan of hooking a leg and figure fouring it and not, doing anything but just covering, and that's basically the only thing Ethan Crownover has done.
So final period neutral. It's Parker's choice.
Parker knows that he has to go, and he has to go hard. He's got to get a couple of takedowns or one at least to the back. Doing them underhooks, he's looking to dig them in.
Started there to begin the first period. Good position, and Crownover was able to hit a fireman.
Right now they both have underhooks, and they go out of bounds.
Big bear hug by Crownover near the edge. Almost got him taken down, but they were outside the circle.
Parker slaps the mat. He knows he's got to go, and he's got to go hard. Comes back to the middle, and he's really, really hammering the head, trying to get inside, and Crownover just trying to tie up and stall.
Minute 25 to go in the match. Parker down 4-0. Now tries to step across.
Parker's got an under and over. He's looking for a throw. He's either there goes the fireman on Ethan Crownover, and he stops it and takes him down, and he's even getting a few back points.
So Parker falls behind 6-0, and we'll see how many back points they get. I think, now he's getting another flag. 6-0 with a minute left. Parker Tholstrup trailing here in this final period.
Of course, Parker trying to do something big, down 4-0. He kind of forced it maybe a little too soon, but he knew he had to do something, and he tried really hard to make it happen and just missed it by a little bit. And Ethan Crownover, good enough wrestler, he stopped it and caught him and got a couple more back points. And right now Parker Tholstrup down 8-0, and the score's worse than really the match is.
Correct, yeah. Parker was spinning his way out, and an escape will be awarded on the edge of the mat, and then a blood timeout as well will be thrown on top of that. We'll keep it right here.
We will take that escape.
Yeah, right on the edge of the mat, down 8-1 now with 30 seconds left, and so he puts them back in neutral, and, Parker tries to set up a throw of some sort here.
I bet you he's going to.
See if he can get him to his back and pin. That's the way he can get a win here. And the Tigers have 4 headed to the state championships next weekend in Salina. Rhett Coppas is a regional runner-up. Garrett Calavota, 4th place. Here is Parker Tholstrup with 30 seconds to work, down 8-1. Get those underhooks in again.
Parker quite a bit taller than Ethan, so he's been really, trying to get him elevated up, and it's really been hard because Ethan's got a lower center of gravity, and there he goes in for that fireman's again. Parker gets it stopped. Now he's trying to bring it around and throw it.
10 seconds left.
Drag and gets taken down again.
So he trails 10-1 with 5 seconds left. And Parker Tholstrup will have a runner-up here at the regional championships and headed to Salina next weekend. But Ethan Crownover, impressive against Parker Tholstrup.
Is Ethan Crownover, was he ranked?
No,
And he's not ranked.
We were looking at that earlier, 126. Parker was, there's Russell. Oh, yeah, he is. Number 3 ranked.
Number 3. I was gonna say,
Correction.
strong young man, good wrestler. Parker just couldn't get anything going, and he just kept trying to make up ground, and by doing that, he just kept burying himself a little bit deeper.
One more Tiger to wrestle. That'll be the third-place match, consolation final for Logan McDonald. That's a ways down the road. He's the heavyweight. So right now we'll take you to the studio. We'll join K-State Wildcat pregame. Back once again to Smoky Valley High School. One final match, the Logan McDonald heavyweight match here for 3rd and 4th place. And we'll get you right back over to Bramlage Coliseum in the matchup against Iowa State. Logan getting to the state championships here at the 4A Regionals with that win impressively in his last match. He's had a great weekend and now has a chance to wrestle here for 3rd place again at the heavyweight class against Adam Henley of Abilene, and we are underway.
Both wrestlers come out, tie up, and then they bang a lot of head. They're trying to get hand control. There's the 2-on. There's an overhook by Logan, and they break away. Tries a little arm drag. It's not there.
Both are juniors. They did not wrestle in the duel earlier this year.
Logan trying to stay center and kind of control this match. He likes to go low every once in a while and get a lower level leg, and that didn't work, and they go out of bounds.
Henley really riding the edge there as Logan was trying to get a shot in.
Logan likes to do the tie or an underhook. I don't know what happened here, but
somebody get poked in the eye. Nice of Henley. He's the one that pointed it out. I think he inadvertently did it and said, wait, we better make sure he's okay. And now we're back at it again. 4 Tigers going to the state championships. Logan trying to get 3rd place. Trying to keep him on the mat.
Wrestler trying to run out, trying to drag him back in. There's 2.
Great job by Logan McDonald. Henley tried to get off the mat. Logan kept the hold of the legs, pulled him back in, and he was able to jump on top and get the takedown.
Really was. He was trying to get away, and he grabbed and pulled him back a couple feet and then jumped down and was able to get the 2 points.
Now the official making sure the scores table has it right. 7 seconds left to go in the first period.
Well, neither wrestler have an anklet. Apparently they haven't figured out yet that they need to be bigger and longer. And so
you'd think over the years they would have sorted that out by now. But so the points to Logan McDonald, and he'll have the green
7 seconds
number
left in the first. You got him broken down. Now he's going to just ride him out for the rest of this period, leading 2-0.
Logan wrestling for 3rd place here at the 4A Regionals. We have 2 runners-up in Red Coppice and Parker Tholstrup. A 4th place for Garrett Calavota, and Logan McDonald trying to cap off the weekend with the win here for 3rd place. Choice to Henley of Abilene. He defers, and the Tigers will take the down position. And Henley's going to let him up. He wants to go on his feet. That'll put McDonald up.
Well, he might not. He might come right to the front, which
okay.
He does, the front headlock, but not much effort there. So Logan comes, stands up, gets 1 point escape, leading 3-0 now.
With wrestlers eye to eye, a little shot in there by McDonald. Doesn't hit. Now back up. Head taps by Henley.
A lot of heavy hands right now. Front likes to come to the front.
Nice shot by Logan, but he couldn't catch the leg.
Oh, he gets him, cuts him across, and he catches Logan. Logan's going to have to get out of there.
Oh, and he gets the pin. Abilene Henley got a trip, and just Logan kind of slipped backwards, fell to his back, and is pinned here in the second period. The Tigers will send 4 again to the state championships. Red Coppice, a regional runner-up. Parker Tholstrup, a regional runner-up. And 4th place finishes for Logan McDonald and for Garrett Calavota. And Benny will be headed to Salina next Friday morning.
We sure will. We got 4 strong.
4 headed to the state championships.
It'll be good.
And we'll have all the coverage for you once again next weekend from Salina's Bicentennial Center. Here in Smoky Valley, we will send you back in just a moment, but a big thanks to our studio engineer, Bernie Pansella, for his work. Benny, as always, appreciate the road trip alongside. We'll look forward to next week as well. This is Rocky Downing telling you to enjoy the rest of your Wildcat Saturday.